Hello and welcome to another edition of Siena Saints Weekly. I'm your host, Andrew Champagne. In just a moment, we'll be joined by Siena College Corporate Sales Manager Tim Farrell. But first, let's take a look at the week that was in Siena athletics. Make it 6 MAC wins in a row for Siena volleyball. The Saints eked out a thrilling 5-set win over I-87 rival Marist Saturday and are now 4th in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference with 4 league games left on the schedule. Siena takes a detour out of MAC play Wednesday night to face crosstown rival UAlbany before going to Buffalo to take on Niagara and Canisius this weekend. Women's soccer said goodbye to the winningest class in program history Saturday, but the Saints couldn't send the class of 2012 out with a win. Despite a game-tying goal from senior Ashley Barone late in regulation, Marist clinched the 2011 regular season title with a 3-2 overtime win. After the game, head coach Steve Karbowski praised his outgoing seniors, ones that led Siena to last year's MAC title.
It's a great class, 7 of them all together. They came in together and they're going to go out together. They won a lot of games and that stuff will be documented, but just kind of the culture that they created among the team with their work ethic and respect, and that'll be passed along.
Men's soccer enters this week's MAC tournament as the number 10 seed following a loss to Loyola and a tie to Rider this past weekend. They'll square off with 7th-seeded St. Peter's Thursday at the Wide World of Sports Complex in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. And to win the program's first ever MAC championship, the Green and Gold will need to win 4 games in 5 days. When asked about his approach to the tournament, head coach Gareth Elliott had this to say.
Win the game on Thursday. Whoever we play on Thursday, it starts with that game. It's the old adage, 1 game at a time. Well, nothing could be more true than when you have to play 4 games in 5 days. It's kind of unheard of, and it certainly will be interesting. But if we win on Thursday, again, I'm not sure who we play right now, but if we can win on Thursday, that gives us a chance to advance on Friday. And without winning on Thursday, then that's the end of the season there. So it's win or go home at this stage.
The winner of Thursday's game advances to play 2nd-seeded Iona. That game and several others this weekend will be broadcast online at ESPN3. Swimming and diving suffered a 177-104 loss at undefeated Vermont Saturday. Shannon Love won 2 events to lead the Saints, who are now off until November 12th's tri-meet at the Siena Swim Center against Niagara and Bryant. Field hockey celebrated their senior day on Sunday against Bryant, and the Saints fought hard, getting 18 saves from goalkeeper Beth Myers and a game-tying goal from sophomore Michaela Sullivan late in regulation to force overtime. However, Bryant won the game 10 minutes into the extra period, ending Siena's season in the process. Here's senior Sarah Seswick after the loss.
We've been through a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and especially this year. This team, I wouldn't have traded them in for anyone. We always stay strong, we always play to the very end, and we never give up.
Myers, meanwhile, ended the season leading Division I in saves per game with 12.9, the highest per game total since the NCAA started keeping that stat 5 years ago. And basketball season is right around the corner. Tickets are on sale, and joining us now to talk about the excitement of Siena basketball is Corporate Sales Manager Tim Farrell. Tim, welcome to the show.
Andrew, thanks for having me today.
My pleasure. This is a big season for both the men's and women's teams. What are some of the special nights that are planned for this season?
You know, we have a lot of great special nights planned. We're going to tip off the season with our women's on November 11th, next Friday, and we're going to have Military Appreciation Night on Veterans Day, and then a couple days later on November 16th, the men's start their season, and all military members with an ID will get into the games for free that day. We also have a lot of great games this year with GE Kids and Free Day at the men's game, which is early February. We have Dunkin' Donuts nights where people can go to their local Dunkin' Donuts to get $5 tickets. Time Warner Cable Appreciation Night. And on the women's sides, we have our big game, which is the Pink Zone, which is in January 20th, and then a Kids Day with Blue Shield of Northeastern New York on December 21st.
It's certainly going to be a busy winter here in upstate New York. This year, Siena basketball is celebrating the tradition of the program. What are some of the things that Siena fans should be on the lookout for?
You know, and tradition is really important to us, and we're going to highlight all the great things that Siena basketball has done in the past, and we're going to showcase that in our games this year and in our marketing efforts. Hopefully people have seen some of the TV spots and online web ads that really showcase our tradition and the great history we have here at Siena.
Season tickets are still on sale. How can people who are interested in buying them do so?
Well, people who want to buy season tickets can call our fan development office down at the Times Union Center at 487-2202. individual tickets also went on sale this week, and people can go to Ticketmaster outlet, any Ticketmaster outlet, call Ticketmaster, charge by phone, or online at sienasaints.com.
The premium seating program also makes a return this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yep, the premium seats run by Pat Campolita handles all of the premium seats, and he's out there actively selling our premium seats, which include a lot of great perks, from the Time Warner Cable Sports Lounge to the valet parking and the great parking system. We're also introducing a new element this year with the Verizon Wireless Bypass Lane, where people will be able to order their food and beverages over their smartphone. So we're excited about that, and that will be a perk exclusive for people who sit in the premium seats.
Very cool. Finally, the Little Saints program is a great way to get younger Siena fans involved. What kind of perks do members get, and what's the best way to sign up?
It's the MVP Healthcare Little Saints program. I know I'm plugging all of our sponsors here, but MVP Little Saints program. It's $25, and with that you get 4 select men's games. All the women's games will be complimentary as part of the package. You get a T-shirt, you get a membership badge with the lanyard. So it's a pretty neat program. It's only $25, and you can go online at sienasaints.com to sign up.
The excitement surrounding the men's and women's basketball program is certainly infectious this time of year. We'll spare you from the lightning round today.
Thank you for that.
My pleasure. But Halloween was this past weekend. You've got 4 kids. What did the family members end up dressing up as?
You're right.
This
I
year?
do have 4 kids. I have a 7-year-old girl. I have a 5-year-old girl, and we just we have 4.5-month-old twins that were. Halloween was very crazy at our house this year. My oldest daughter, she dressed up as a witch. My middle daughter, or my second daughter, she as a fairy, and then my 2 twins were a pea pod and a pumpkin. So.
Cute.
Yeah. So it was a crazy house on Monday night.
The bigger question: what was the trick-or-treating haul like?
Trick-or-treating is it's about 2.5 hours of terrorizing the Voorheesville neighborhoods.
There you go. That's the fun of being a parent on Halloween.
Yeah, that was great. Sure. We had a good time.
One final question, and this may well end up being one of the most important ones I have ever asked on this program. You have a pretty heated, although friendly, rivalry with former Siena Saints Weekly host Mike Demos. What I'm here to ask is, who would win a foot race between you and Mike?
I mean, look at that guy. Of course he would beat me. He's a physical specimen, He is. I think he played 1 year of JV soccer, so he would definitely beat me. He's the man. He does stats for a living. I think through osmosis, he thinks because he does stats, he's like the best athlete here on campus. So I would probably say that Mike Demos would probably beat me in a foot race today.
For the record, we're not trying to disparage anyone, but I would like to just stake claim to that. If that race ever happens, we will be broadcasting it right here on Siena Saints Weekly. Will you commit to that?
Sure.
All right. Something to be on the lookout for sure. Well, that's going to do it for today. I'd like to thank Tim Farrell for stopping by. Again, you can purchase season tickets for Siena basketball by calling 518-487-2202. I'm Andrew Champagne, and I'll see you next week.